Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome back to the Battle for Wesnoth campaign, Eastern Invasion. In our last episode, we continued making our way through Scenario 15, and we were able to eliminate another of the enemy commanders. This time it was a skeletal dragon that came from this citadel right here. It was quite a battle. We did end up losing our halberdier, but overall we still got it done, and we've now eliminated 2 out of the 3 enemy commanders. Now, as far as we know, the final remaining commander is to the north, so we're going to have to travel north, go past this one, which we know there is no enemy commander here because that's where we started with Owiek. And if we keep pushing, we're going to have to go up to this one here and see what's going to be lying in wait for us. Again, I have no idea what type of unit the commander is going to be, or what sorts of units that commander is going to recruit, but we're going to have to make our way up there fairly quickly because we've only got, 33 turns remaining, I guess. And so I'm guessing it's going to take us, 10, maybe 15 turns to kind of get up there. And then the fight itself is going to take some time. So we're going to have to try and hustle and not get bogged down too much. Now, before I jump into the episode proper, I did just want to give a quick shout out to Narcissus, who had left a comment on the last episode, making a great point about this Baneblade being particularly useful if I had been able to level a Fencer up to the level 3 unit that, sort of the end of its evolution tree. And I think that's a really great point. The Fencer, with its combination of super high defense, very hard to hit, and the Skirmisher ability would really be well suited to an item that gives Berserk. Unfortunately, I've tried a few times to level a Fencer and just in this campaign, and I just haven't had any success. That said, the point is very well taken that having the Baneblade on a unit that has high defense is a great idea. As always, a big thank you for the excellent comments and suggestions. Extremely appreciated. Let's jump into the episode proper and see if we can make some progress here. So, again, last time we had left it off here, we were able to move. I am going to use the dwarf once again to pick up the blade, and that's because, again, I do view this as being a tad bit of a liability. So we'll take it. Now, that does, of course, mean that this Rune Master is going to fall behind the group because we had to use up some of our movement to do that. And as you can see, the Rune Master only has movement points of 4. So the Rune Master will kind of be our rear guard, I suppose. And really, of all of our units, I would say the Rune Master is probably the one I'm the most okay with losing if I have to sacrifice one of my units. So again, that sort of all makes sense. Now, unfortunately, we do have some undead here that are coming up behind us, which is not so ideal. That's going to make things a little bit tricky. We may have to kind of stand and fight with them just to, prevent them from kind of swarming us. That being said, we can probably just outrun them. Although we are going to have to deal with these 2 units here. We've got a skeleton and a ghoul. So I think first things first, we'll send Owiek up, and we will just try our hammer to see if we can one-shot this thing. Nice. Okay, that makes that way easier. So now we don't have to worry about poison up on that side. Of course, there's still the potential for ambushes to happen, although we did trigger at least some ambushes in this area when we were up here with Owiek before, so presumably there's going to be a lower risk of that occurring. Now, I don't want to fight this guy where we're on a bad movement tile, so I think what I'm going to do is just focus on my white mage, who, again, is going to kind of be the nucleus around which the other units are going to group up to try to get some healing going, because quite frankly, we've taken a pretty decent amount of punishment, and we really need to start recouping our health here. One thing I am going to do with this diviner, though, is I am going to pop over here. Just going to make sure we can't get hit. I'm going to pop over and heal this hunter, or at least cure the poison, I should say, because I do want this hunter to still be in the fight. Decently close to leveling up, so don't want to lose the unit if I don't have to. We'll put our paladin here at the back. We can put Gweddry. Okay, so that unit, if we go here, we can get attacked by the skeleton. Just a good thing to remember. So we'll go here with Gweddry. Kruta is in really good health, so we can jump up there. Yeah, Kruta's at full health, which is wonderful. And I think that's going to about do it. Now, for Dason, I might actually use him to kind of deal with these units as they come back. So we'll leave him here. He'll get the healing from the Diviner, and he's currently safe. So I think that's kind of what we're going to do. Let's just make sure we've moved everybody that we wanted to. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, the Soulless there coming across the bridge. One thing we could, of course, consider is using our Hunter just to try to get the kill with our spears, and that would feed us some more experience, get us closer to leveling up. Of course, the danger being then, of course, we would have to put somebody here to protect him. But, again, I was thinking of using Dason to do that anyway, so maybe these 3 units will kind of lag behind just a touch, and then they can bring up sort of the rear as we move up. I mean, I don't love that, but I also think it's not an unreasonable thing. So let's go right here with our dwarf, and then this skeleton needs to die, so let's see if we can figure out an efficient way to do that. Owiak can probably just cruise on up, keep moving north. But before I do that, let's see if we can get lucky here. We'll just give this a shot. Nice, and that should give us some more experience. Not quite the level up, but very, very close. So now in order to protect this guy, we are going to have to put Dason here. That kind of sucks because it means that Dason's probably going to get poisoned. And so to offset that, we'll put our Diviner there. And again, these 3 will continue with the group once we're able to. And you know what? I think we'll go right here, given that that's as far as we can move. So we are going to have to deal with the skeleton. Probably, let me just see if anybody's getting close to a level up. Grog is getting decently close. Grug is about halfway. Kruta just leveled. Paladin is, what, a third of the way, or a quarter of the way, I guess. Gweddry's getting pretty close himself, but he doesn't quite have the movement to get all the way up there. So we'll go like this. I think we'll use Grog just because he's got... let me see, where can the skeleton go? You know what, alternatively, we just play it defensively. I don't hate that. We'll just do that. It's not my favorite approach, but that'll be okay. And the Paladin and the Bowman can stay over on this side. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And then Owiak himself can just cruise up. We do want to grab some of these villages if we're able to. Okay, there's that ghost that's been zooming around, stealing our villages. Okay, we do have to be careful because I don't want my units to get completely left behind back here, but... yeah, and there's what I was expecting, so... good thing I left the healing support behind. Ooh, jeez. We're taking a lot of punishment there with, Grog. Thankfully, he handled it pretty well, but definitely not ideal. Let's see now. Someone's going to have to kind of take the hit and stay behind to get this kill on the skeleton. I suppose we could step up with our... you know what? Maybe here's an opportunity. Yeah, this is a really good use of our dwarf here. So let's get him up like this and just use our hammer to get the kill. Perfect. You know what? Our dwarf is actually getting decently close to a level up, which is good for him too. So, and that frees up this group to just keep moving north, which is exactly what we need to happen. So everybody's just going to move up with him here. I might even send Grug up just to grab this village while he's able to. And then everybody else can just keep advancing. There we go, and we'll just form up. Ooh, hang on, let's undo that. We can't make it all the way. We do want the healing there, so what we'll do instead is we'll go here because Kruta has full health, so why go too crazy with it? You know what, actually, Grug doesn't need to necessarily go there because Owiak is fast enough that he can go, or has enough movement, he can go here and then up here. Although, you know what, so can our Paladin, so I'm okay with this. Ooh, there's an ambush. Let's see if we can get lucky here. Nice. Good kill. Yeah, so there are still ambushes hiding in the swamps there, so we're definitely not out of the woods in that regard. We're not going to be able to get the kill here, so I'm not even going to try. I think what we'll do is we'll just use Dason, maybe. Actually, maybe we even just use the Diviner. our merman could move up. Because again, I don't want Dason left all by himself. Probably be good to get him moving. Because he's going to be necessary, right? He does have, like, the powerful arcane magic attack, so probably worth him staying with the group as much as we can. Not the worst thing that he's kind of forming a bit of a rear guard with our Rune Master, but that magic is super powerful, so would be good to get it up there. The Diviner we want to get up there, but because of the water, we can at least sort of catch up, perhaps a bit quicker. That being said, I do want this Ghoul dead, and I don't really want to lock up my Diviner down here. That being said, if I do lock up... Okay, so if I keep the Diviner down here to get the kill, it's going to stay down here. But if I use Dason to do it, I'm probably going to leave the Diviner here to heal Dason anyway. So I feel like then I should start moving Dason. That's how I'm going to justify that in my head. We'll go here. We'll do the light beam to get the kill, hopefully. Yep. Very nice. And then we'll keep the Hunter right there just for the healing. And then I think that's going to do it. So now Dason's on his way. These two are going to start moving back this way. I could go back and grab this village, but honestly, I'm not even going to worry about it. We've kind of given up on the money being properly balanced. We'll just have to hope that we can finish this early enough to offset some of that. Get the early finish bonus penalty, or early finish bonus gold, I should say. Okay, we'll end it there. One other issue is that, yeah, I was going to say there's still potential units that might come out of the woodwork, so that's kind of a thing we have to watch out for as well. Okay, so these two are going to just keep advancing. So let's cruise up now. This is the good news. We can catch up here. Let's see, what is it? What's suggesting? Okay, so it's suggesting going through the swamps. I would want to stay away from this side because I feel like we could get ambushed more easily. There we go. Okay, and then we'll go here. And that will allow us to keep healing. Meanwhile, now with this group, let's do Paladin here because the Paladin has more mobility, as I mentioned. Ooh, and there's an ambush. That's very annoying. Good news is we at least have our bowman here who can help out with the bow attacks. Nice, there we go. Unfortunately, that means the Paladin is now unable to move. So maybe we just take this as an opportunity here to kind of... I'm just going to see what's still the fastest way to get up here. It's saying to probably go this way. Okay, we'll go like this. The main group's still going to move up with our White Mage. The White Mage has a movement of 5, so again, a little bit slower. Kruta is kind of falling behind just a touch. Grug can stay with. I think Oiek will just advance ahead. We'll use Gweddry to grab this, and then we will... I don't really want to keep Grug behind to grab this, because I feel like the Paladin should and then can catch up. But at the same time, I don't want to... Again, I'm not that focused on these villages. Like, the gold situation is so out of control. You know what? Okay, if we have to slow down just a touch with the mage, it is what it is. We'll do that. That at least gets it kind of dealt with. Okay, we'll end it there. And there's that ghost. See, like... Oh, man. That's not good. Oh, Berserk happening. Okay, well, we're getting to see it in action. At least the dwarf is making short work of him. Well, good news is we can head for a village. Because that's the main way we're going to get the healing there. We're going to have to. That's really the only option. Unless we want to divert our Diviner over, which we certainly could do. Dason's going to cruise up. I'm kind of glad Dason didn't get attacked, that it was the Rune Master instead. Again, he's about to level up, which is really good. So, okay, White Mage, let's see, furthest we can go. We'll play it a little safer, go right there. Again, Grog can stay with him. We will cruise up here. We do want to grab this village if we can, since we're in the neighborhood anyway. Gweddry can stay with the Mage of Light. And then Grug, again, so we are falling behind a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Paladin can catch up. All right, now the bowmen, again, a little bit behind here. These two are going to have to sort of... I mean, we could go around the water and try that way. That's probably the fastest. Let's see, what's it suggesting? It's suggesting going up here. Let's see. We might get ambushed if we go into this swamp, though. That's my concern. I think we're okay, though. So these two will stick together. That way, at least we've got some support. And I think that's going to do it. Yeah, that's pretty good. We are getting a little spread out, which I really don't love, but overall, I think we're still in okay shape here. There's that ghost, like, again, so even if we're capturing these villages, really, the ghosts are going to take them back anyway, so it's probably not worth us getting too fussed about trying to, you know, grab these villages as we go by. They're going to get swiped by the ghosts anyway, so we'll go like this. Ooh, there's a ghoul. And thankfully very limited in its movement potential, so go up here. All right, so now, again, it's just going to be the white mage continuing to move. We'll go here. Like this. I know Gweddry doesn't technically need the healing anymore, but I do like keeping him around the Mage of Light just for the sort of extra protection. Our bowman is a little hurt, but not too bad, so... And then, yeah, here we go. We can grab that village. And then Dason can just advance, or sit on the village, I should say, cure our poison, and then go from there. And then Owiek can grab this. Nice. And then we'll head up to that one next. Okay, and that'll end it. Okay, so that ghoul making its way over. Could be an opportunity here to... Let's see, what can we do for damage? I mean, between the two of them, we should be able to get the kill here. It would slow us down. This would almost be a... It's only a 24% chance to kill. Would slow us down a little bit, but potentially an opportunity to level up our hunter if we can get the kill with him. So, I don't hate that. Again, I don't like keeping a healer back, but... I feel like this might be useful just to get that level up. So maybe we do enough to... That's exactly what I wanted. So now, should be able to get the kill. Excellent, and that should be a level up. Okay, great. So now we get to choose for the level 2 unit either a spearman or a netcaster. So the spearman has some really good piercing attacks, including a really powerful ranged attack here, 6x4. However, the netcaster does impact type damage and has the capacity to slow, which I think is pretty darn powerful. So I'm going to go with the netcaster because I feel like the impact is a little bit better against, obviously, the bone undead units, and the slowing is super powerful. So that's what we will do. So yeah, that's wonderful. Now we just have to play catch-up. That's the only kind of trade-off there. So yeah, we will just cruise up here. And our Rune Master can go right here. So, nice to have that poison cured. And then our White Mage is just going to go as far as we possibly can here. And then everybody else is just going to keep doing their thing. Ooh, okay, we do have a ghoul over there, so... Ooh, and you know what? Oh, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, nobody else can get in this swamp here to protect... Actually, yes, we can. Grog can... Okay, there we go. Now we're fine. I just didn't want our White Mage getting poisoned, because that obviously would not be very desirable for us. Our Bowman can advance here. Actually, maybe better to stay in the open ground. And then Owiek can cruise up here. Yeah, overall, I'd say this is looking okay. I don't love how far back these two are, but they should be able to catch up relatively quickly. Especially because going through this swamp is going to slow things down a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I was expecting the poison. Nice, good kill at least. Oh, interesting. So there are some undead coming up from the south here. So... You know what? This might be a good moment to actually leave our dwarf down here on one of these villages to just kind of, like, thin the herd out behind us so they aren't following us. Like, I don't know, maybe that's stupid, but to me that actually doesn't seem like a bad idea. You know, I mean, he could be useful in the fight up here, but I also feel like he would be pretty beneficial down here as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll park him on the village and let him deal with that. Dason, we're just going to keep on moving. Try and catch up with the group as best we can. We'll go right here. Ooh, and we got ambushed. That's annoying. Good thing we can just blast it with some light beam. There we go. You can see that leadership having a nice benefit, which is pretty cool. We have to remember that that is a thing. Paladin can grab the village. And everybody else can just take up a good position around our mage. Okay, we'll go here. Go there. This did give us a bit of a chance to consolidate our units kind of around the mage. We've had our bowman catch up, which is good. And Oiek can go. Ooh, and there's a wraith as well. So, again, probably going to steal our village as soon as we move past here. So, annoying, but it is what it is. I do see an oasis over here. Notably, oasis provide healing similar to a village, if I'm not mistaken. So, nice to know that that's over there if needed. We're doing pretty good for time as well. It looks like we're only on turn 49, so a little bit of poison, which will heal, or cure, I should say. Nice that those units at least were killed off, which is good. Okay, now here's an opportunity to level up our dwarf, if he can get the kill on this soulless. Here we'd have to hit twice to get the kill. This is pretty good odds, so I'm going to do that. We'll definitely get the finish, yep. And there's the level up now. I'm going to go for the extra hit points, because that is one of my biggest criticisms of this unit, is just the low hit point total. So that is nice to have a little bit more health. Let's see, and then, yeah, Jason can just keep advancing here. It'd be nice to get some healing on him, so maybe we can buddy him up with our diviner here. We'll go like this with the netcaster. There we go. And then we do have this soulless over here who does need to be dealt with. Fortunately, our ranged units aren't really able to get in there and blast him very easily. So we'll focus on the white mage to start with. There we go. And then units that need healing are going to stick with him. Paladin is now in really good shape, so can just head up there. Oiek can try a hammer shot. Won't be enough to get the kill, but very close. And then Gweddry can clean it up with the crossbow here. Nice. Okay, and then we're just going to move everybody else as far as we can. Go up here with Grog, because Grog still does need the healing. Interestingly, our netcaster can actually keep moving, so we'll do that. Alright, that's pretty good. I think we've kind of done what we needed to here. And again, the dwarf is down there by himself. Hopefully he doesn't get in too much trouble. Oh, well, literally as I say that, he starts getting surrounded. Well, if he ends up going down, it is what it is. It would be a shame to lose the Baneblade, just because that Baneblade, although I've criticized it, it definitely does have its uses. We could use Dason here to kill this thing. I don't think it's really worth it, though. These wraiths haven't been attacking me, so I don't care about this village anymore. So we're just gonna, I think, keep going north like this. And then, you know what? We can go here with our diviner to start healing Dason a bit. White mage, we do have to watch out for the poison, of course. We'll go like this. And then again, we're still gonna group up around our unit here as best we can. Try and keep them safe. There we go. Gweddry has fallen behind just a little bit, but thankfully he can catch up relatively well. And yeah, we'll do this just to keep Dason a little healthy. And again, our dwarf, I think better to just stay on the village, let them come to him. And then we'll fight them one at a time, hopefully, or, bit by bit. The paladin, we could go and get eyes on this, and I'm not entirely opposed to doing it, although I don't really want to jump into the water here where we have super low what do you call it, defense. I think I'd rather try and maybe go around here. Let's see. Ooh, we got ambushed. Of course we did. All right, let's try for a kill here if we can. Nice. We are poisoned, but we'll be able to get rid of that. So, yeah, I think probably better to maybe scoot around this way and see if we can get eyes on it. And then hopefully the undead will come out through the swamp and we can form a little defensive perimeter kind of around this village and use the swamps to our advantage to have the enemy in lower defense tiles. That's what I'm thinking. It'll be interesting to see what type of enemy units we're going to be facing based on what the enemy commander is. Okay, we'll end it there. Oh, and there's a straggler village that's been captured. Oh, that's kind of annoying, sitting on the village there. Nice, good kill from our paladin. Oh, another one. You know what? That's probably good, though, because the paladin's already poisoned, so it'd be better to just draw all these units out now. Holy. Oh, man, that's going poorly for our dwarf there. We took a lot of damage. This could end up going... Okay, there. We're okay, but holy cow. Yeah, we took some punishment. There, you can see the danger of that berserk, though, right? Like, it's not a... You know, it's a double-edged sword, right? It's really good when it works for you, and it can be absolutely devastating when it doesn't. I do see a ghoul down here. I would love to kill that ghoul to avoid a risk of poison. Our paladin, unfortunately, has taken a lot of damage, and we really do need to deal with that. So, first things first, we'll use the bowman here to hopefully just kill this ghoul, or at least whittle it down. Nice. Okay, we needed that. That gets rid of that poison risk. We could use our paladin here to kill this ghoul and send Oiek up and around, and I don't hate that idea, honestly. Yeah, and then next turn we can trigger this if we really want to. So I think what we'll do is exactly what I just said. We will, you know, the white mage could go right here, blast this ghoul. It's a bit dangerous, but I don't hate the idea. I just really want to kill this thing. Now here, maybe this is the better play. Maybe we go up here with our crossbow and do some work. Netcaster can't get involved. Yeah, let's try this and see if we get lucky. Nice, we did. Okay. That makes things a little easier, so I think we'll put Grog there. The white mage could go here and just annihilate with light beam. Very good. Okay, and then again, the diviner is going to catch up, and that provides us 2 healing units, which is very, very good. We definitely are happy to have that. The only problem here, I don't want the white mage, or the paladin sitting there. The paladin's got low health, so we'll put Grug there instead. And then Kruta can go here. And I am going to pull the mage back next turn, but for now it can sit there. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, question down here is, do I want to keep the Rune Master here, knowing he's going to get attacked next turn? Or should I pull back to this village and let them come to me over there? Because he is going to get hit. There's no way around it. I feel like he can survive it, though. I think he's got the superior firepower. As long as he doesn't get hit by anybody else, he should be fine. He's also got decent defense there. He's got 50%, so I think he'll be okay. Bit of a risk, but I think we're gonna gamble it. Hopefully this isn't famous last words. Oh yeah, we'll be fine. Poison sucks though, because it's gonna delay our healing. Okay, yeah, we knew that was coming. Okay, we got the good healing on there. Nice cake. Poison is cured. So, now we just want to kill this Soulless, and then I think we'll trigger this event here. It's a shame, because it'd be nice to have our Paladin a little healthier. I think what we'll do is exactly what I suggested, which is... you know what, we might even swap Gweddry out for Grog here, just so that Gweddry can maybe blast with his arrows. Or you know what, even better, let's put our bowman there. Our bowman really put the hurt on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then we just want our white mage there, and then we're going to have a beefy unit right here. We've got Grug there as a beefy unit as well. It would be nice to have somebody here, but then getting a healing unit in there is a little trickier. So whoever goes there is going to sort of be on their own a little bit. Although, you know, with Dason and the Paladin, we could probably actually, you know what? We could probably make this work. So if we go here with Grug... Hang on. Oh, shoot, you know what? Because what I'm thinking is if we go here with the Paladin provides some healing. Problem is the Paladin is currently in rough shape, so I don't want to risk that. We do have the Diviner as well, which is really good. Feel like... Okay, we'll keep Grug here for one more turn. I don't think any of them are going to immediately get out to this spot when we trigger this, so I think we'll be okay. It's nice to have Dason in the mix now, too. All right, let's just see what we're dealing with here. There's too many. You and your men have been turned to undeath. Let us put you out of your misery. I would sooner die than yield to you, Necromancer. That's pretty sad. So he still thinks that he's fighting against the Necromancer rather than for him. All right, this could get really tricky here. I see we've got, a Pyre White. Interesting, so it's like a mounted cavalry unit, but doesn't have charge. However, it does have a fire-based sword attack, and it has Berserk. Ooh, that could get dangerous, so we have to be very careful we don't put a unit in a bad spot and end up in that scenario where we're getting hit with Berserk. We also here, we have a Chocobone. Oh, we have 2 Chocobones. Remember, these have charge and can be... Oh, we have 3 Chocobones. Ay! That can get devastating and really dangerous really quick. So, just have to be super careful. They also have really good mobility. As you can see here, they can charge out and hit us pretty heavy. So, we have to be very, very cautious. So, now the question becomes, how do we deal with this? Now, Kruta has the most health. So, actually, upon further review here, I'm thinking we go like this. And it just sucks because he doesn't have any source of healing at the moment. That said, if we can get the Diviner in there, I feel like that would be really good. And then we'll put Grog here, knowing he's going to hopefully get some healing here shortly. We do need somebody to sit right here, and I feel like Gweddry can do that. Even with the charge, I think he'll be okay. And then the Diviner can go here, and then next turn, maybe we move the Diviner to this village. To then give some healing to Kruta. We'll have to kind of play around with that and see. The Netcaster... Don't really want the Netcaster getting hit, so... feel like this is okay. It's not ideal, but it's okay. We can also get Owiak in there, too, and like he'll be able to tank some damage. So, really now it's just going to be about kind of like trading damage. The Dwarf down here, we'll just leave him on the village. He can heal. Kind of recoup himself a bit. This could get ugly, though, because these things are going to hit like an absolute truck. Thankfully, it is daytime, and so we are at an advantage right now, but that advantage is going to whittle away here in the next couple turns, so... Okay, there, see, and yeah, we don't have any healing, and so we're going to start accumulating damage and not recover it, right? And look, all the undead coming out of the woodwork, right? That's the really scary part. Oh, I was like, are there more undead down there? But he's just healing. Okay, so then Owiak can go here. Next turn, we'll move him into kind of the main area. So, okay, none of them can get in there easily except the Chocobone. So I do feel like if we put the Diviner here, it's a risk because the Chocobone can charge in, but right now I think that's still going to be okay. It sucks, though, because that's like super... you know what? I think we actually go Mage of Light there. It's a big risk, but I feel like... You know what? We could... Oh, you know, here we go. Dason has more health. He doesn't provide as much healing, but... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the Mage of Light there. The Diviner's going to go there. Dason's going to go there. That way, everybody has healing now, pretty much. Except for Owiak over here. So that's really good. We'll leave the paladin in the back just to provide that extra kind of security. Hopefully we can just get the kill here pretty easily. Would have loved to have done that without taking all that extra damage. Because now Grog is in rough shape and could pretty easily get killed. Whoops. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to end it there. Oh, that's the last thing we needed is Owiek getting poisoned. Yeah, Kruta's starting to get beat up. We need to be very mindful of that. I'm just waiting for them to charge in. I'm guessing they're waiting until... yeah, they're waiting until it gets dark. And then this charge is going to hit like an absolute freight train, right? And I don't want to risk pushing out and attacking them now. I just don't think it's worth it. We're just going to have to try and tank the damage here. We should have triggered this probably a turn or two earlier, right? Because now, by the time they get to us, it's going to be dark. So that was a pretty substantial tactical mistake on my part. I feel like Owiek, though, can just sit here. Even though he's poisoned, I think that's okay. We'll just have to heal him, like, next turn. Although, maybe what we do then is we go like this. But then, of course, our units here don't have healing. So I think we have to keep things as they are, unfortunately. Ooh, and they can get in around behind us now. That is not good. This Chocobone has such good mobility. He can just scoot in right here. He could probably virtually... Well, he could kill he could kill Dason or our Paladin if we're not careful. So I think we're okay, but that could get ugly. So Netcaster is not in great shape, but in terms of health, but has that net throwing ability, which we know is powerful. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me see. I think we just kind of have to keep things more or less as they are. It just sucks because we are going to get... Maybe, you know, one thing we could do, we could go like this and like that. And at least that way, Owiek gets a little bit of healing. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. And Gweddry, at least, you know, he can hopefully handle this. I don't know. Yeah, this is pretty brutal. I think we'll just end it there. Getting down here, we're almost... Once we're fully healed, I think we'll actually start... You know what? We might even start pushing now. I still think we can get this dwarf up there in a meaningful amount of time to perhaps help. This is going to be multiple turns of dealing with this. Ooh, and there's the Pyre White. Oh, and there's that darn... Oh, that is not good. Kruta's going to get killed here for sure. Because then the Chocobone can come in and... I shouldn't say for sure, but it's looking like a possibility. Although, one thing I kind of forget is how much health these trolls, or these ogres have. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, amazing! That's absolutely spectacular. Okay, that didn't go as bad as it could have. Oh, here's what I was afraid of. Oh, nicely done. Okay, 2 out of 3 Chocobone. Oh, there's another Chocobone over there. Wow, good kill. Come on, Kruta. Yes. We got exceptionally lucky there. I can't believe how lucky we just got. Basically, we just tanked all the Chocobones, killed 3 out of the 4, and we didn't lose any of our units. That's absolutely exceptional. Now, the one thing to remember is this guy has Berserk. And so if he gets into a locked-in fight with any of our main units, I mean, he might kill somebody, but we can't let him kill Gweddry, Dason, or Owiek because they're all mission critical, right? We can't afford to lose them. So at this point, we have to be very careful. Kruta is in very, very bad shape. I would like to sub him out if we could. I think ideally I'd want to even just switch him with Grug. So put Grug there and pull Kruta back a little bit. And yeah, you know what? This is where I hate to say this, but having our Rune Master up there would be another unit to fill this, to plug this hole here. Because again, I can't afford to let this guy get in there and berserk us to death. He could probably kill our bowman if I'm not careful. So first things first, though, let's kill this Chocobone while we're Nice. Oh, that is so good. It feels so good to get that Chocobone dealt with because that is such a terrifying unit with its charge, especially at night. I can't believe how lucky this guy got where he barely took any damage from them. And then Kruta doing an absolutely exceptional job tanking that. Just spectacular. Okay, so a couple options here. The Netcaster definitely, you know, not the unit I really want up there, like, fighting super aggressively. But that said, I think can probably go up and tank some damage because it has pretty high defense. And if it does die, it's not the end of the world. So what I'm going to do here might be a bit weird, but I want healing on OEX. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. I'm going to throw a net to slow this guy. Yep. Knowing that I'm going to probably get swarmed, but that's okay. Pull back here, get the healing going, get the cure of the poison. And then I have to deal with this guy. And I do feel like that the bowman here is going to get annihilated if we're not careful. I mean, I don't want to put one of my better units there to, like, potentially get killed by Berserk. But, like, I don't want to lose Grug. He's loyal. He's, you know, he's super powerful. The bowman, though, is extremely useful with that quiver. But I can't afford to move Dason or Gweddry in there either, because if they get into a Berserk loop, they'll get killed and then it's all over, right? So I think then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go like this, like that, and like that. Now at least Kruta is a little more protected. Grug can tank some of this, I'm sure. Yeah, there we go. Good kill from him. And then I think I just have to kind of let it ride. I might lose the bowman, but that's a gamble I'm just going to have to kind of accept. Unless I guess I swap out the paladin for the bowman and, you know, just knowing that I'm probably going to lose the paladin. You know, it's a tough call because, like, I'm not sure who I'd rather keep. I think I'd rather actually lose the paladin if I had to lose one. I already have a horseman unit that's really powerful in OEX. I don't have another really good ranged unit like the bowman that has that longbow attack. So I think, as much as it pains me, I think I'm going to do this. We're going to swap the two out. Again, I really don't love it, but I think it's going to be the right move for me here. Okay, so there we go. That's how we're going to handle this. And then we're just going to pray that things go okay. We've had good luck so far, but I suspect our luck is going to run out shortly here. This fight I don't want to take. I feel like we're going to lose it. So we're just going to run now with our Rune Master. Try to catch up to the group. We can maybe grab this village on our way through if we really want to. Going to end it there, and now we're going to just pray that things don't go horribly for us. Okay, so this is now the terrifying thing. If he attacks, what is going to happen? Okay, so far so good. Defense is looking good. The other thing is, even if we kill him now, we've got this huge mess to deal with. Oh my god, that charge. I forgot these guys have charge. Nice work from the Paladin, though, staying alive. Good work from our Netcaster, too. Okay, you know, all things considered, that was not as bad as it could have been. So the main thing now is we need to kill this Pyre White, and I'd like to use our magic users, including Dason, and the Diviner to do that. So I think the best way to do it, we can go here with the Diviner and blast him heavy, and then we still have high defense being in the water. It's a gamble because we're going to get hit by a bunch of stuff, but I feel like we kind of have to do that. So, let's see. I just have to be strategic here and hopefully make some decent decisions and get some luck on the RNG here. So, Diviner's going to go here. We're going to blast the light beam. I'm just double checking. Yeah, I think that's our best plan. Okay, 2 out of 4. Not ideal, but could have been worse. Paladin can probably get the kill here without too much trouble. I think. We just have to make sure that we're able to get down there with our mage. Let's see. Okay, Netcaster's still in a really good spot, so I feel like we're okay here with the Netcaster. What I'd like to probably do is just get the kill here with our Yeah, there we go. That cleans that up a little bit. Bowman could also get down there. You know what? I don't mind that. So we're going to sub these two out. There we go. So Bowman's going to go right here. Bowman's going to let this guy have it. Really good. Okay, now he's one shot from death. I think we can manage this. So Owiek can cruise down here. Give this guy the business. Okay, good. I was going to say, we actually really do need to get that kill. And Gweddry can get the kill on this Bone Knight, no problem. And then that's going to free up, well, a lot of units that could potentially go down there. You know what? Since he's so low on health, I feel like we actually don't need to necessarily just use a ranged attack to kill him. I think we could probably be okay doing this a couple different ways. And these ones don't have charge. If they're level 1, they don't have charge. It's just the level 2 ones that do. We do need to kill this Bone Knight. I think we can probably get away with using Dason to do it. I mean, I don't love that, because I do really want to make sure we get the kill on this white. But, I mean, worst case, we could use our white mage down there if we had to. There's a few things we can do. So, let's use... Oh, maybe we should do this with... You know what? Okay, Gweddry is really close to leveling. If he gets the kill here, he will level, I think. So, let's see. Maybe we can do that with Gweddry then. And that way, if he takes any damage... Sorry, I'm just thinking here. I think Grug is still fine up there. We can always rotate him down to here if we absolutely had to. Alright, okay. We're going to do this. Get the kill, and then we're going to jump over. This is going to suck. We're going to take some hits probably, but all we have to do is hit him a single time, and we get the kill. So, perfect. Necromancer, Wesnoth will defeat you in the end. You're darn right we will. +2 range damage. That's pretty powerful. +1 melee or the extra. I mean, I've really been favoring the extra hit points. I just really like it. Just having that extra little bit of tankiness, I feel like, is super helpful. That being said, though, the range damage is attractive, but, you know, we're only doing 2 hits anyway, so I think I'm just going to grab the hit points. You know, I keep doing it. It's not super creative, but... Oh, and I forgot, killing him ends the mission. Y'all, maybe I should have milked a little bit more experience out of this, but it is done. My kinsmen have been avenged. Mage, I owe you an apology. This destruction, even had we journeyed here instead of questing north, we would most assuredly have made no difference. Of that I am now certain. The fates may yet reveal that our journey north was necessary, even at such a steep cost. I will stand by you in this fight. Apology accepted. And I too must admit, I underestimated the power in this amulet. Even now, voices gnaw at the edges of my mind. Make no mistake, I still do not approve of your plan. It will lead you only to ruin and death. Yet, at least now I believe that your intentions are good, despite your questionable methods. I'm glad we have prevailed here, but I fear greatly for Wesnoth if the clans have been defeated so thoroughly, so quickly. It has scant been a year since their invasion first began. Owiek, Dason, if you are prepared to travel, we must press towards Weldon at once. Okay, let's see. Oh, that sucks. So we're still, even with that early finish, we're still going to lose 63 gold into that next scenario. It is what it is. I mean, that's about as... oh, hang on. Okay, wait a minute. So you will start the next scenario with the defined minimum starting gold. Okay, so I don't think this actually becomes negative for us. I think it just means it sort of cancels out and we start with just the defined starting gold. So it's too bad that we didn't get any extra, but I mean, at least we're not being penalized for it as far as I understand. So, you know, again, it is what it is. We'll just have to make do. Overall, I'm still pretty happy with how this went. Certainly maybe could have gone differently. And if I had had more resources going into this one, I feel like we might have had a better chance. But we'll just save this right here. Call this completed. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.